Harry Potter learns Quidditch. What if one day you open your eyes and find you've turned into a wizard? How would you feel? The following extract from Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone shows how a young wizard discovers the joys of his magical world. As 7 o'clock drew nearer, Harry left the castle and set off towards the Quidditch pitch in the dusk. He'd never been inside the stadium before. Hundreds of seats were raised in stands around the pitch so that the spectators were high enough to see what was going on. At either end of the pitch were 3 golden poles with hoops on the end. They reminded Harry of the little plastic sticks Muggle children blew bubbles through, except that they were 50 feet high. Too eager to fly again to wait for wood, Harry mounted his broomstick and kicked off from the ground. What a feeling! He swooped in and out of the goalposts and then sped up and down the pitch. The Nimbus 2000 turned wherever he wanted at his slightest touch. Oliver Wood had arrived. He was carrying a large wooden crate under his arm.
Hey, Potter, come down.
Harry landed next to him.
Very nice. I see what McGonagall meant. You really are a natural.
He opened the crate. Inside were 4 different sized balls. Wood took out a bright red ball about the size of a football.
I'm just going to teach you the rules this evening. Then you'll be joining team practice 3 times a week. Right. Now, Quidditch is easy enough to understand, even if it's not too easy to play. There are 7 players on each side. 3 of them are called chasers.
3 chasers.
This ball's called the quaffle. The chasers throw the quaffle to each other and try and get it through one of the hoops to score a goal. 10 points every time the quaffle goes through one of the hoops. Follow me?
The chasers throw the quaffle and put it through the hoops to score. So that's sort of like basketball on broomsticks with 6 hoops, isn't it?
What's basketball?
Never mind.
Now, there's another player on each side who's called the keeper. I'm keeper for Gryffindor. I have to fly around our hoops and stop the other team from scoring.
3 chasers, 1 keeper. And they play with the quaffle. Okay, got that. So what are they for?
He pointed at the 3 balls left inside the box.
I'll show you now. Take this.
He handed Harry a small club, a bit like a rounder's bat.
I'm going to show you what the bludgers do. These 2 are the bludgers.
He showed Harry 2 identical balls, jet black and slightly smaller than the red quaffle. Harry noticed that they seemed to be straining to escape the straps holding them inside the box.
Stand back.
Wood warned Harry. He bent down and freed one of the bludgers. At once, the black ball rose high in the air and then pelted straight at Harry's face. Harry swung at it with a bat to stop it breaking his nose and sent it zigzagging away into the air. It zoomed around their heads and then shot at Wood, who dived on top of it and managed to pin it to the ground. Wood panted, forcing the struggling bludger back into the crate and strapping it down safely.
The bludgers rocket around trying to knock players off their brooms. That's why you have 2 beaters on each team. The Weasley twins are ours. It's their job to protect their side from the bludgers and try and knock them towards the other team. So, think you've got all that?
3 chasers try and score with the quaffle. The keeper guards the goalposts. The beaters keep the bludgers away from their team.
Very good.
Have the bludgers ever killed anyone?
Harry asked, hoping he sounded offhand.
Never at Hogwarts. We've had a couple of broken jaws, but nothing worse than that. Now, the last member of the team is the Seeker. That's you. And you don't have to worry about the quaffle or the bludgers, unless they crack my head open. Don't worry, the Weasleys are more than a match for the bludgers. I mean, they are like a pair of human bludgers themselves.
Wood reached into the crate and took out the 4th and last ball. Compared to the quaffle and the bludgers, it was tiny, about the size of a large walnut. It was bright gold and had little fluttering silver wings.
This is the golden snitch, and it's the most important ball of the lot. It's very hard to catch because it's so fast and difficult to see. It's the seeker's job to catch it. You've got to weave in and out of the chasers, beaters, bludgers, and quaffle to get it before the other team's seeker, because whichever seeker catches the snitch wins his team an extra 150 points, so they nearly always win. That's why seekers get fouled so much. A game of quidditch only ends when the snitch is caught, so it can go on for ages. I think the record is 3 months. They had to keep bringing on substitutes so the players could get some sleep. Well, that's it. Any questions?
Harry shook his head. He understood what he had to do all right. It was doing it that was going to be the problem.